Hey everybody, it's Nick, just leaving a detail. It has been a busy weekend. That's a very good thing. But I want to tell you one tale of a young detailer who showed up at a client's house in Park City, Utah. And she said, "Can you use non-toxic, eco-friendly products?" Immediately I think to myself, it's going to take longer, it's not going to work as well. Here are the products she gave me to try, and here is what happened. First of all, I think it's important to recognize the extent of this interior detail. It is what I would classify as a dirty interior, definitely ready for a detail. You can see all the paw prints on the back middle seat there, and then just a lot of hair and dirt. And in that console, the lighting's not super great, but you can see just lots of gunk stuck to those center console areas. But other than that, I mean, dusty stuff that needs to be wiped off. So it's not going to be the hardest detail ever. So that's actually a good sign. And here's where I'd like to say detailing is an amazing, beautiful thing. And what I mean by that is, yes, there's a standard operating procedure, but there's also so much room for imagination. So the first thing I want to do is just get all this dry soil out. And the rubber glove method is amazing. I mean, just let's keep it simple for now before I get into some crazy tools and toys. But yeah, I'm just using compressed air, and you can see the way just agitating the fibers, using my fingers. Slowly but surely, we're really working away at this carpet. And that's a really important first step. And just going to continue here, continuing to blow out this back seat with compressed air. I mean, I easily spend an hour on this in most vehicles. Just a good vacuum and compressed air. If it's a nasty interior, I can spend an hour. And it's not just this. It's eventually getting in there with a brush and whatever you need to use. Compressed air, brush. You can see that handy brush in my left hand. I've done a video about that. It's amazing. It's really good at not only dry soil removal, but also dog hair. This is a tool y'all might not have, and a lot of people have been giving me grief about, but I realize I am using this Brush Pro, a counter-rotating brush machine, on every detail. Now, because I'm not able to use my carpet cleaning chemicals that I'm used to for this fairly basic detail, she's kind of paying me for a 3-hour detail, which is like my basic first, menu item. So anyway, we're going to speed it up here, but I spent a lot of time, using the Brush Pro, and you can see how nasty these carpets are. Compressed air, Brush Pro, and the Brush Pro also has like a renovator tray on the side. You see it on the left there, so whatever gets kicked up goes in there, and you can put another one on there, but I like to have one of the sides kind of bare and open so I can kind of see where those blue brushes are going so they don't get caught on any kind of edges of any carpets. So yeah, the Brush Pro is doing a great job of work. I mean, just look at all the crud that's in those carpets. It's insane. So the tough part about this is I'm not going to take out my hot water extractor today. She's not paying for a really thorough detail. So I just spray this stuff on there, the 7th generation stuff on there. And I looked this stuff up. It's got like a 10 pH, so it actually works fairly well. The only thing about that is you don't really want to leave something like that with a 10 pH in the carpet, but the customer really wanted me to use her eco-friendly products, and yeah, it might attract soil a little bit faster, but it is a car floor mat, and it's going to look good, so I think the customer will be happy. So you can see how redundant I am just getting in there with the Brush Pro, but you could use a brush, right, in your hand. Just a lot more work. There are a couple spots that I'm not super happy with, so I'm going to use like the tamping method, and this is a really crude way of doing it, but by doing this, you see that dark ring on my orange towel? I'm effectively trying to take these kind of stubborn spots and maybe extract a little bit of the dirt, or at least part of the soil, like into the microfiber. If I'm doing that wrong and you're calling me out for it, you're probably right, I'm probably wrong. Half the stuff I'm making up as I go along, but a lot of it is based in real world experience. And you saw that kind of dark ring on the circle, so I'm just going for it here. I'm just trying to use the tamping method, like I said, to try to get these really kind of tricky spots that I know I'm not going to hit with hot water extraction. So the Brush Pro's back to do its thing, and I just love it. You don't have to put any pressure on it. It just spins and spins, and I just kind of move it around. If I want to, I can let it sit in one spot for a while. And while I do nothing, the brushes continue to brush the carpet fibers and just remove soil and, drive in your all-purpose cleaner, in this case at 7th generation. And to be honest with you, this is cleaning up reasonably well, I mean, we're not going to hot water extract these because she's not paying for a deep dive detail, and she wants me to use an eco-friendly product, so I'm going to do the best I can with 7th generation. And as I use my imagination and I continue to tamp in a very crude way, and maybe this isn't even what tamping is, but I mean, this is ideally not the perfect way to clean carpets, and if you don't have extraction, I would typically use encapsulation, but a lot of guys out there are using all-purpose cleaners, and this is probably what you're doing. And you just rub it until as much of the soil disappears as possible. And that's an acceptable way to make something look better in the moment. So I love the way this Brush Pro does floor mats and carpets and rear trunk areas with carpets. I'm in love with this thing. It's quickly becoming a staple. So let's get to the fun stuff, shall we? The foaming. And I just wanted to do some videos to show you how this 7th generation for $3.50 on Walmart, I thought it was going to be some fancy Whole Foods product until I looked it up later. It foams up pretty nicely. There's some foaming characteristics I think are worth noting later on, but again, the idea being, as a professional detailer, you know what works, and then you can just use your imagination in the moment based on what you know to try to deliver. So in that way, this is pretty fun. It sprays on. I got, some of it in my face, and then it was just like, oh, I'm not hacking up coughing. Sometimes you'll spray an all-purpose cleaner when you're in an interior and it just sprays everywhere and you get a whiff of it. This didn't smell like anything. So it kind of opened my eyes to what is possible. I'm not sure if it has some kind of dressing built in it at all. You'll see in other videos, it just comes off with a real nice matte finish. All right. I did want to follow up with some steam, and that's the beautiful thing. I told her I've got air and I've got steam, and I can use your all-purpose cleaner. I think I'm going to be okay. And I am. I mean, I'm just starting to see how, wow, I mean, you have compressed air and steam on a detail, and you're pretty much capable of anything. I mean, the detergent, right, the all-purpose cleaner, the chemical, it works. I mean, you got lots of grime to compete against here, so I'm just going to spray it down there along the kick plate. Then continue to foam and steam. I guess I'm not even foaming here, I'm just steaming. I could have tried compressed air here, but I had a feeling that we would need steam. And that steam's great for these little nooks and crannies. It's amazing. I don't use my Brush Pro as much as I use my steamer, but the Brush Pro is such a sturdy machine that it's quickly going up into that echelon of like must-have tools. So I have some all-purpose cleaner on my rag. First thing I do on an interior, outside of like carpets and maybe the doors, when I get into the kind of the 4 sections, I'll just do the top to bottom method at this point. I mean, the headliner looked good. I wasn't going to mess with it, so I'm just, all-purpose cleaner on a rag. Usually it's just dust on the dashboard, and now I'm just going for every nook and cranny possible. You may or may not see it on camera here, but I'll usually do the steam and all-purpose cleaner and a brush like you're seeing here, every nook and cranny, and then I'll follow up if I can. Well, you are going to see it here with some compressed air. Now, one interesting thing about this particular product, the way it foams, it's almost like super thick, like shaving cream. So when I use compressed air to blow it away, it just splatters like everywhere. It doesn't dissolve into, or it doesn't form into a more liquidy kind of. It's just the behavior is not something I'm used to, and I got a lot of foam splatter in the car that I wasn't used to. Steaming something that had all-purpose cleaner on it. So it's just something to note about this particular product. But for the price and for the environmental or health supposed benefits, I mean, you can watch yourself. This could be you cleaning in a very healthy way. Look at this. The joy. Does anyone else just love watching things foam up? Yes, but not that much, Nick, so hurry up. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, the compressed air kind of made it foam up, and then it didn't really clean up super well, so I'm like, all right, let's get the bazooka in here. So here comes the steamer, and I mean, look at this. It's just a mess. Foam everywhere. I had some cleanup to do. So, not super used to the foaming behavior of this product, but I would say it's like absolutely minor in the grand scheme of things. Steaming away, foaming away, scrubbing away, and you can kind of watch it evaporate there on the center console. So, it does a pretty nice job. And then this is like one thing she mentioned. She said, can you help me with these paw prints? My dogs go back here all the time. And this speaks to the cutting power or lack thereof. I mean, if I had like super clean at 14 pH or whatever it is, I'm sure that I could have been more aggressive and got in it without the magic eraser, but maybe not. So I'm very, very lightly like using the all-purpose cleaner with the magic eraser and just kind of working it in sections and being real patient and like watching my results. Because remember, the magic eraser is like sandpaper on your interior. So if you have techs, I would be very hesitant to recommend them using a magic eraser. But if you're an owner-operator and you trust yourself, just use your common sense. So here I am just touching up a few spots on the center console, but it's coming along extremely nicely. It's at about this point in the detail where I'm like, maybe I've got something worth talking about. I mean, it's coming along really nicely, and I'm not using any of the chemicals that I'm used to using. I mean, look at that. So pay attention to that black plastic vinyl strip, whatever, on the top. I want to watch it flash with you. The product, as it dries, looks really nice. That's why I think there might be a dressing in this 7th generation stuff. Again, I think I saw it on Walmart.com for like $3.50. I mean, so I'm doing lots of spraying, lots of sudsing. This is the back mat before cleaning. This is the one area I told her on a 3-hour detail I can't always put a ton of work into the trunk. So you set expectations beforehand. I got it with the steamer and then a little air. And if this is my version of a not perfect detail, you know how crazy I am. Got the mat back in there on that side, looking good compared to before, right? Little quick spritz with compressed air. Put that mat back in there as well. Looks so much better. And then I finish off with my window method. What you need here, a wet magic eraser. It's extremely important, and I'm going to link up to another video up top here, that you use a clean magic eraser and clean dedicated window towels. I've actually just started air drying my window towels because I had my last batch streak up on me and I never want that to happen again. So I'm only using them on inside glass. I'm not using them on exterior glass. I'm not wiping down trim on the inside. I'm only using them for glass. Here's what the customer said. She wanted to leave me a 5-star review, asking me how to leave a testimonial. Thanks again for the heart you bring to your work. You brighten my day. So I met her where she was. She wanted some eco-friendly products used. I used them. And now she wants to rave about me to her friends.